Hi, I'm Stephanie, and you're listening to At Home with AI, relatable AI for regular people. Today, I wanted to share something a little different. So, over the summer, I was leading all of these AI workshops, and we always would start with a fun activity to encourage first time AI users to try out the tools without feeling intimidated. One of the favorite activities was vacation planning. And I was really impressed by the itineraries I saw people develop in class. So I thought I would run a real world test. I wanted to see if it could really handle the messiness of a real world family vacation, because it's one thing to see these things on paper, but is it actually a good plan? So I found direct flights from Boston to Barcelona for only $370 round trip. I could not resist that. So I decided to use Barcelona as our hub. And my son recently got into ancient Rome somehow. So we heard there was a bunch of ancient Roman ruins in the south of France. And we thought to make that the theme of our vacation. So we decided to take trains from Barcelona into southern France to see Roman ruins. Now, I actually love vacation planning. I am the person who makes those custom maps, the Google Docs, the Pinterest boards, whatever. I love that stuff. But in this case, I really appreciated that AI did some of the heavy lifting and I didn't have as much decision fatigue. It didn't decide for me, but it helped me make decisions and it left me more bandwidth for the fun part of the research. So before I get into the how-to, I want to talk about the vacation itself because we had a great time. The itinerary was spot on. We didn't have any planning mishaps or anything. We started with a couple days in Barcelona. We stayed at this cute hotel with awesome breakfasts and a tiny rooftop pool. And we did all the touristy stuff like the Sagrada Familia. And our second stop, Nimes, was actually my favorite destination. It was so gorgeous. I mean, you come out of the train station and you're looking down this amazing park. It was pedestrian friendly and there are Roman sites everywhere in town. It was so walkable. It's so gorgeous. We stayed 3 nights in an apartment hotel that was right next to the arena. The arena was literally right outside our window. It blew our minds, especially because the hotel was really affordable. And from Nimes, we also took a day trip to Arles. Before we headed back to Barcelona, we also stayed in Narbonne for 2 nights in this really unique and cool short-term rental that was a former convent. The owner is renovating it into unique short-term rentals. So if you're interested in the places I visited, in my Substack, I do include links and the hotel names, and my Substack's athomewithai.substack.com. So how did I do this with Gemini? I actually, in that Substack post, dropped my exact unedited chat history. So go check that out if you're interested. I didn't know I'd be making this into a post, so I wasn't doing anything the neat way. It was just stream of consciousness, but it really worked. I'm not going to read it exactly since this is a podcast, but I'll walk you through the parts. So I started by giving Gemini the basics. I'm flying into Barcelona around noon on this day and leaving on this day. I told it I wanted at least 2 nights in Barcelona and a train trip to Narbonne and Nimes for the Roman history. And something that really helped me, this Gemini feature that's great that not everyone uses, is the Canvas feature. It's under Tools at the bottom, and it creates a collaborative document on the right side of your screen while you chat. And that's great when you're getting those long responses and you don't want to have to keep on scrolling back up to look at the agenda, the itinerary, and then down to chat and then back up. It keeps it fixed on the right so you can ask for changes and you see the changes happen in your collaborative document. So I asked for changes as I went back and forth with Gemini. For example, I wanted to swap an extra night in Barcelona for more time in the French towns. And I also used Gemini to figure out some of the logistics and talk through things like which town was the best candidate for a day trip. One other great thing that it did well was I wanted to check for special events, like what day of the week is the market. Every French town has a market once or twice a week. I wanted to make sure I hit some of those weekly events. For example, if I asked it to switch the order of our visits to Narbonne and Nimes, I could see if that impacted our schedule and our ability to make some of these weekly events. Once I was feeling good about the itinerary, I used Gemini to check general hotel pricing trends. I also asked other questions like the easiest beach to get to with public transit. We didn't end up going, but it was a cool idea. And it helped me choose between 3 hotels in Barcelona. I was really having a hard time deciding, and it gave really good advice. When I got closer, I layered on a weather forecast. It was a total success. So I'm curious if you've ever planned a vacation with AI and how that went for you. Thanks for listening.